Hi, everyone. Yes, yes. The people in Pittsburgh have like small children, so we have to go to them.
Sounds very freaky from what I was. Hi, everyone.
Okay.
Sounds
Is he watching Hot
Sounds
Ones?
all right.
Yeah. Yeah.
My name is Anae Schroeder. I'm with the county, PhD. I'm in HR, and I'm coming up on my 10th year. And prior to coming here, I was with the Council of Better Business Bureaus for the umbrella organization in HR as well. And I think I'm looking forward to the holidays and having a break and all that, but I am going to get a dog next year. My dog passed away a couple of years ago in December, and I'm finally feeling ready again. So, but I might wait until like March when it's not so cold. I have to get used to walking a dog again in the middle of the night in the cold weather.
Hi, I'm Dylan Montgomery. I am on the Human Rights Commission with Mackie. I work for a trade association out in Reston, and the thing I'm looking forward to most is because like I'm an adult now and we can choose our own like traditions and things for the holidays, and I'll be here. There was an article in maybe like Washingtonian or something a few years ago about this thing called Feast of the Seven Fishes, which is like an Italian American tradition, I guess, where you just have 7 different types of seafood on Christmas Eve. So we kind of co-opted that into our thing we do on Christmas Eve now, just to have a lot of different seafood. So that is definitely what I'm looking forward to.
As long as it's good seafood.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
it
mean,
always is.
by good, I mean, you know.
Yeah.
Doesn't haunt you later.
Yes. That's when we're in Christmas.
Hi, everybody. Office of Human Rights. I'm currently the acting. This group back together again. The county going into my 23rd year. I know that happened really fast. And I've been with the Office of Human Rights about almost 20 of that. So DHS for a little while too. And I am most looking forward to forced family time. My kids are big now. They're teens and almost 20 years old, and I'm going to try to make everybody sit down and watch a movie together. We usually watch Christmas Vacation together. So if I can just wrangle everybody in one place for a couple hours, that's what I'm.
And wait, there is one more HRC member on the standing committee, Angela Malone. She hasn't been able to make it today, so if she's able to let her introduce herself, but 3 HRC county employees. But thank you, Thanks for coming. So on our agenda today, we really have two items. One is our meeting schedule for 2026, and two is kind of our work plan, because our one big throughout is that we are to give an annual report to the county board about kind of the activities and goals of the committee. So we need to figure out kind of how do we want to set our goals. The focus of this committee is to really make sure that Arlington County's work in employment and not quite human rights, but really diversity and inclusion practices are working. We can provide any sort of advice or oversight or insight as helpful, but there isn't really the big thing is us kind of advising and reporting out, not necessarily a big to do our project unless we want one, but I don't think we really even have much of an authority to do anything else. So with that, let's start with meeting schedule. By the ordinance, we are required to meet at least 2 times and no more than 4 times. So I would propose we schedule 4 meetings and we can cancel one if needed, in case we might not meet quorum. The other thing is that I think we can, Anna and I will need to double check. Some of the meetings we could select to have virtually, so we wouldn't have to come in person, because there's a complicated thing with quorum and being hybrid. So
Should be able to do every other one. You can't do
Every
every
one.
consecutive.
Okay.
But if you, next one you could do virtually, then you meet in person or hybrid like this, and then you do it for one if you do.
are there any thoughts on 4 meetings, maybe doing every other one hybrid and in person?
Fine with me.
All right.
You have a schedule or a cadence in mind? You want to do quarterly or?
So we're gonna do between now and then, is it fiscally or?
Calendar year, right?
Since I don't think it's specified, and since it's almost January, calendar year makes sort of sense.
Mhm.
Okay.
All right.
And it's probably always good to try to avoid the heavy patterns in the summer.
Mhm.
And then maybe this time next year, so maybe we
Yeah.
can sort of have 2 and 2,
Yeah.
longer
Yep.
summer gap. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So
February.
August. That makes sense with I almost think of August as the one we have to cancel one. That's like the backup.
Or if we need to push it into
Yeah.
September, we could.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds good.
What was it, February, May?
February, May, August, November.
Does Tuesday work?
Tuesday's a great day for me.
Tuesday.
Generally work.
Yeah, because
just-
HRC is Thursdays, so.
With just the caveat, in February, the 17th or 24th would be better days for me, because I'm out of the country for half of February. Right, so looking at subcommittee kind of ordinance. Shifting to the work plan agenda item. It is part of this committee to review the county equal employment opportunity policy and give feedback. Really to just advise if there are anything in the policy that is inconsistent with state or federal law or other policies, and then So it sounds like, based off of what we're to, it would make sense for the first meeting of next year for us to review the current employment policy and see if there's any sort of updates or things we'd want to review or investigate moving forward. That would also be good timing in February. Maybe we can see if there's anything potentially coming from Richmond that might change or impact the employment policies, because that'll be right around session. Somewhat data, but you never know. We have like an entire. I think really we're just looking to see it as long as things are consistent with state and federal law. I don't know, Anna, if there's any other items or activities the standing committee's usually done.
I mean, if there's anything in the realm of diversity and inclusion opportunities, best practices around that you want to discuss or propose that the county look into, certainly take a look at that.
So I have a question.
Mhm.
A few years ago, the county did or had a contractor do a big study. I don't know what, like, the results were shared and so on.
Or the barrier analysis
Yeah.
study.
Are we, is that something that we could look, like, what has happened? Like, do they just, not to look at?
Yeah, I don't know either.
I think there's been a number of things that have kind of grown out of that. If you want to take a look at it, I can share, I'm sure it's on the public website. Take a look at that, and that might generate
Yeah.
questions or things that you want to, we can, an update. Once we.
So in terms of this committee intersecting with other actions within the county, like could we reach out to, because we know that there are things that are happening behind the scenes that we might not be aware of, projects that they're working on, they could be working on the next, survey. Are we, I don't want to use the word aloud, would it make sense to reach out to others within the county and sort of find out, like, what's in the hopper, what are you working on? I don't want to, what are you working on kind of sounds like,
Yeah, but to get an assessment, is there a big initiative coming?
Yeah, exactly.
Technically, that does meet
Yeah.
with the fourth point.
I think you would want to, have it, like, if it becomes part of your work plan, the things that you work on, and then you kind of figure out what your questions are and who you're going to talk to, and
It's more for, in my mind, to avoid a duplication of efforts or us thinking this is something that really needs to be done. And over here, they're like, yeah, that you're going to know about that tomorrow.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so to recap, it sounds like there was a study survey done and likely work that's come after that. So if we want to have in our February meeting, kind of an update of where the county is under work that's already started.
Okay.
And then kind of reviewing the current employment policy, that's a good starting place for us to at least be able to ask better questions.
I'm going to send you all a link from this appointment of my computer to the page on the county website where the barrier analysis is,
Okay.
your policy are, so that way you can sort of have an idea of what you're.
Yeah, I think if y'all review that, have that as the focus of the next meeting next year. Anything else that we'd want to include for a work plan for the year?
Yeah, I think after those reviews, things may kind of put themselves in areas.
Agreed.
anything else we would like to discuss? We've reached the end of the agenda.
So how does it work typically? Let's say we get to the next stage, review it, we then have follow-up questions and things like that. Is it like, do we get to invite people? Do we just send
You
questions?
could. I mean, yeah, you could do that if there was, something came out that you wanted to report or something, we could talk about who could do that. It could be
I think some of it's just logistics of getting people to the public meeting. So for example, I know for our bigger HRC, we're trying to figure out a time to have a joint meeting with the Housing Commission. And that's more of a logistical thing than,
You're talking about maybe like somebody from HR or somebody like that. Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah.
or like if there's a big initiative happening within a department or like a new thing a department's trying, it'd be nice to hear from the folks that are doing it. So just because I saw him walk by, like if the sheriff's office is doing something, having Sheriff Kuros come and share about some sort of update.
And what's the relationship, the working relationship between the standing committee and the HRC?
So 3 of the standing committee members are HRC members. So this is a subcommittee of the Human Rights Commission. And the Human Rights Commission, our ordinance is really focused on hearing if there are cases that there's appeals from the Office of Human Rights, and providing some guidance and oversight there. And then there's some other initiatives we can.
But not necessarily related to employment.
Correct.
Okay.
HRC's bigger.
Yeah.
This is
Okay.
employment focused, HRC housing encompasses.
It is focused on non-county
The
employees.
Yeah,
community.
yeah.
Okay.
So that's like.
Yeah, this is the one focused. That's a great question as far as.
I can look for some dates, propose some dates and try to get, and then we can get schedule posted and rooms booked and all that stuff. So
Yeah.
I'll look at that tomorrow.
So is the February, are we gonna do another in person in February, or is the February one gonna be
You
virtual?
could do virtual.
Weather for February?
I,
Or what's better for you?
yeah, well, that's a. Question is, if we assume the August is the one that might be canceled, if we go every other one,
I see. Yeah,
August would be a virtual one canceled.
got it.
So,
You could, I mean, you can do it and then then your next one
because
would be
we'd be
virtual.
in-person, virtual, and then August would be an in-person one that we'd have the potential to cancel.
It was all fine for me.
Their
Doesn't matter.
preference. I can make a. Let's try for in-person in February. And we should, like, if there's inclement change.
You could change, yeah. No forum, you can
Yeah.
cancel.
No one should risk their lives to like get to a meeting.
I mean, you don't, I can't imagine in this particular case that you necessarily would, but it is a public meeting. Whether you have public comment or not it's up to the discretion of the chair.
I think it would depend on the agenda. Most cases probably not, because we're focused on county employees. And so, but a little weird if we just have random members of the public commenting on county employee policies.
Is there a chance that, it's all hypotheticals, but is there a chance that employees that wanted to form a union but were not allowed to, or for whatever reason, would want to come and talk to us about, like, they don't agree with X, Y, Z, whatever it is.
Possibly, but I think that's gonna be a case by case basis. So like, I know there's at least one workforce in the county that is not allowed to unionize. And it's a bit of causing some challenges. But there's also no way to necessarily change that without changing state law.
Laws, you're right, that impact
So,
you can and you can't.
I'm fine with that. I just,
but it's a good question, but I think we can play.
If
some of
something
those-
comes up,
right.
you know, it's hard to, if something comes up, we should definitely talk about it. And I'm not sure that would necessarily, this would be the right venue for that. There
Yeah.
might be a different venue
Yeah.
for that. But we should, if somebody has an issue, they want to bring it up, we should try to figure out where they can do that. Make sure they get a chance to be heard, wherever it's appropriate.
And in particular, as we're looking through the employment policy, if anything stands out or we have follow-up question, I think that's a good baseline, because I'm sure some staff know their employment policy, some people probably have never read it.
Right.
So there's gonna be a wide range. With that, do we have a motion to adjourn?
Should-
All in favor?
Bye.
All right, thank you guys.
Thank you.
Sweet. See you in the new year.